louder because we don't hear so well tonight. Speak up.
I want to say something first. Yes. Because I always watch Ten Commandments all the time, so many years. I love about Moses and all the story about, but I don't know why you want to pick that for me. so I have to learn about it. Now when I'm reading and learning about it, I understand more about Moses than I watch movies. That is so special about that. So that's why you picked it. So I want to say something about the very spontaneous. So I love that. So it's good to pick that one. So she already talked about all those primordial masters. So I want to say a little bit about this. These primordial masters that we have been learning about have come at different times and different parts of the world. They have all come to help us live in dharmic way, to live in balance with ourselves and with our everything around us. Their divine principles or rules of conduct are already within us in potential form. In Sahaja Yoga, these principles are awakened within us. Some of the qualities of a master are to be aware of the self, have courage, detachment, devotion, patience and compassion, and love for all mankind. So Moses was brave to face the Pharaoh in order to free the Hebrew slaves.
Okay. You know, in Egypt were living the Israelis, and the first king that they have, the first prophet that took them, he was really good with them. But after came another prophet and started to treat them like a slave, taking advantage of them, making them work, not feed them enough, doing all that. And when he realized that they were getting more and more children, Israelis, he got scared that they will be taking over the Egyptian and they will be ruling the country. So he ordered that every child boy that born was to be thrown to the Nile River. So was a little woman that lived there named Jochebed. She was afraid that his child was going to have the same problem. So she hid him, and when he was 3 months old, she realized that she couldn't hide him more. So she decided she weighed the basket, and he put the baby in the basket with blankets, and she threw him in the Nile. But she asked her daughter, the older daughter, to follow the basket and see who is going and where is going to be the baby, what is the story or the future of the baby. Then the Pharaoh daughter was in the river, and she found this basket, and she saw the baby, and she said, well, God is sending me a baby, so I'm going to keep it. Yeah, and and she named him Moses. Then the baby lived there within the palace, and he was treated like a prince, and everything was fantastic with him. So one day, Moses, well, he knew after that his background was Israeli, Hebrew, and one day he saw that one of the person in the court was treating badly one of the Israeli, so he got very angry and he beat him and killed him. So before the king knew, he ran away because he said, well, they're going to kill me because I did that to their people, so he ran away in the desert. And he came to another country, and there he saw a bush that in fire, and a voice that talked to him and tell him to go back to Egypt and liberate and bring their people with him. And God promised him that he will help him to do this chore. When Moses arrived to Egypt, he realized that he talked to the Pharaoh and explained that he wanted his people, and said, who are you that you are talking to me like that? You, first of all, you killed one of the Egyptians, so you don't have any right to talk to me like that. He said, well, I realized that, and I was, the God told me that that was already saved for that thing, and want me to do this. And so he took the people, he didn't want to leave them. So they started to happen very bad things in Egypt. So the Pharaoh realized that there was a bad luck if he didn't do what he was asked to do. Anyway, so after a lot of problems, he left the Israeli to leave Egypt by Moses. But when they left, the Pharaoh realized that why am I going to leave them go? I need slaves. So he sent his troop behind them to get them, and there was the people between the Red Sea and the people that were behind them. So what they did, it was in a no way out, and suddenly the Red Sea came opens and was a way and a dry earth, and they could walk through that. So that's the way that that left Egypt. So that's where they escaped. So
This is the truth. That's the idea. We have the confirmation. Yes.
And they walked and they went to the promised land. That's where they arrived to the promised land.
Is that it?
Crossing the sea is the symbolizing the void. That's what I understood. About when we cross our void and fill up a void and go to this, then it's like the ocean of illusion that she said, in order to reach the states of a higher awareness. So it's like that Moses had to cross the sea and take to the awareness of the people. So that's the importance of this crossing, opening the sea, and the people had to go and aware of those awareness of the sea. They had to understand about that. And then he had to go to the Mount Sinai and go to the God and ask them what to do with these people. So he took them there, and he had to go to the mountain and get what to do and ask all these advice from him. So he went there to get all the advice, and people are from down there, they don't believe in God. They still make the golden calf, and they're drinking and dancing and adultery, all these things happening there. So the God asked Moses, I want to disown them. So Moses is so nice, and he's so brave and patient and good. I don't know, he's very kind, and he wants God to forgive these people. And so he forgave them, and he made 10 commandments for them. They have to live by these rules. So that's the important thing about that. Come down and we have to live by these rules. We have to live by these 10 commandments. That's what. That's all I know.
That's okay, but we want to hear you as well.
Well, when
Any connection, yes.
how do I pick number 3 is because when you have the paper with the numbers, I feel vibration in number 3.
Why?
And I felt like, well, I learned a lot more about Hebrew and everybody, and my background is Lebanese, so for me it was very important to know all this. So it was